Today I am at Granville, Tennessee. It's a little historic town and it's all decorated for Christmas. It's supposed to be the Mayberry of Tennessee. Come along with me. Settled in 1799. The settlers originally called this area Beach Hill. It was incorporated in 1837 and the name changed to Granville. Yeah, you have to go in here.
Everything is self-guided except the homestead. We assign a time for that. The first tour time would be at 12 o'clock if you want to go ahead and do that, and then everything else you do on your own. Is that okay?
Okay, the tickets are $5 a piece, you said, and
ma'am.
they're all self-guided except for
The homestead.
Okay.
Okay? All right. So
And what are
that's
your
those.
hours?
Everything in town is open Wednesday through Saturday. So Wednesday, everything's open until 3. The store is open till 4. And then on Saturdays, everything is open until 5. And then the Bluegrass show is on Saturday nights starting at 5. And you do need a reservation for those. And that's dinner and the show.
How much are the tickets for those?
$20.
All kinds of cool little things.
You see here, there's a door. Of course, there's a tree that's covering it. And this season is all about the Christmas trees and how they're decorated. Started the collection of the tree. This is a White House tree. And there's been a new ornament purchased ever since 1981. But she started with that the White House Historical Society. And if you'll take a look at those ornaments, I'm just going to grab one and let you pass it around. And just look at the uniqueness of it. All the detail and everything. And we're very lucky that there was a lady here in Granville that had bought some of this through the Historical Society and the ornaments and everything, and she lets us borrow them just about every year. But this whole room is decorated to represent the White House and the presidents of the United States. But you can see the different designs on the china. Like you've got George Washington, you've got Thomas Jefferson, Andrew Jackson, and you've got Benjamin Harrison. All of the presidents' wives that's on this table actually chose the china that they wanted to represent their husband. But one of these, this lady, Benjamin Harrison's wife, she was an artist, very well educated, and she said, I do not want to pick out a pattern. I want to draw and make my own pattern. And of course, there's several other little towns, covered by Jackson County. This is a very old piece. This goes way back before the 1800s. And I don't know exactly when Randall and them actually got this or who sent it to them to go in the house, but it's probably one of the oldest things in this house. Some people still today use the silver and the white. But it's called Shiny Bright because that's exactly the name of the ornaments that you see on this tree. I had never seen how they preserved pictures, like their albums. And this is a 10 album, and their pictures are 10. You just pass it around and let them see, because I had never seen this before. There was a gentleman that actually donated this. His grandfather had left it with him, and he thought it would be good, in the house in a museum. In the late 1880s, there was a gentleman named by Dr. Simpson that bought this house for $600. That's all he paid for this house.
$600.
So this is a masculine room, a doctor, and then also Ben Sutton. This was his library. Way before Ethel and them did renovation, they actually used this particular stove that was heated by wood, and there was a place for the wood and for the ashes. That's your wood. And then as it would burn, they would have to empty their ashes. And then, of course, they had several different areas that kept everything, warm. They could put it on the inside. But after the renovation, what they did in 1945, but it was 1950 before they got the electrical stove and refrigerator. Before Ethel and them actually got the refrigerator, this is what they used for their ice. There were people that would come around and deliver ice, and they would store it there. And then on the left-hand side, it would keep it cold. The ice would actually keep it cold.
I remember growing up, they'd say go to the ice box,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because they remembered the ice box.
It's a handmade quilt, and all the ornaments that are on the tree here are handmade, hand crocheted. I didn't catch by who because there was a lot of people in here. And there's one old sewing machine with an iron. How cool. And here is another old sewing machine. It's the Pioneer Village.
Back in the day, the only way one of the few ways they had to make money other than selling livestock was to grow tobacco.
Careful to know it's only on loan until he needs another bank.
We all know what a blacksmith does. If you don't, watch Make Believe out of Canada, and he will tell you what the blacksmith does. What'd you find, Tracy?
You talked about Uncle Jimmy Thompson being the Granville Opry. This is he. Oh, okay. Back in the day, Henry Ford had the president coming over for a visit of his plant, and he wanted some entertainment for him. So he invited Uncle Jimmy Thompson. He goes up and performs, and everybody loves the performance. And afterwards, he carried him over to his plant, so just pick out any vehicle you want, I'm going to give you. And he picked out a 3/4 ton Ford truck. Built a camper in the back and used that to travel around promoting.
So are they on loan or?
On loan from different volunteers.
I had a 72 Chevy. So El Camino, when it came off the assembly line was 454, 420. That was my second car. The first one. What did you compare this?
I just have, yeah. You're getting it from my hair. It's hard to look at. You're getting a sudden burst of
So we're eating lunch at the general store in the back room because the front is food. And our meal today is orange fluff with turkey and dressing and sweet potato casserole. It just looks yummy, and it was $8 a plate, which is a really good price. So these are cobweb brooms. But this would make the perfect witch's broom. Car museum. Let's see what we can find. Oh, cool. Oh, there's the car. There it is. That looks just like Sheriff's car. This was your Volkswagen?
This was my Volkswagen.
Same color and everything?
Stand by the door.
Cool.
Picture. Stand by the door. Come on, man. Stand.
Susan had a Volkswagen just like this.
Take off take your mask off, man.
Did it look the same inside?
Yeah. Oh gosh. Oh, this is so cool.
Bring back memories, Susan.
I'm telling you what. I tell you what, this is so cool.
Look at me.
She's so happy. That's so sweet.
You know, to find a car that you started driving and you had so many memories.
Susan.
I mean, the seats were just like that. That same texture.
Everything.
Amazing. See the little stick shift? Ooh, I thought I was a hot rodder girl. Let me tell
You know, there's just a great deal of Mayberry memorabilia here, which is really amazing.
Well, we started having little Mayberry plays to generate money for stuff up the street. Because, you know, we have to pay for all of that. And somebody said, well, this is like a Mayberry town, so that's pretty cool.
Oh, look at this. We are in the Mayberry and I Love Lucy Museum. And we're going to go down the Mayberry one first. Still in Granville. I wonder what Darren donated. He said he donated something. Floyd's Barbershop. I Love Lucy. That was another one of our favorite shows. Oh, there's Ethel. Look at this TV. Oh, this is the Jim Beam Decanter Museum. Yeah. Are these whiskey bottles?
Look, that's the room. We know how to do these collector things.
It's a whiskey bottle? Old bourbon. Wow, back in the 50s, people enjoyed a good stiff drink at the office. So instead of coffee or hanging out the water cooler, they'd drink Jim Beam.
Not doing, I mean,
Yeah, during work.
no kidding. That's why things went so much smoother.
Bowling pin decanters. Here's clowns. Send in the clowns, I guess. Trains. Were the trains decanters?
Yes, ma'am.
Telephones. I'm standing here, I'm at the Jim Beam Decanter, and lo and behold, the man himself who donated all of these decanters that we've been walking through and looking at is sitting right here, and he's going to tell us some stuff. Do you want to tell us how you started collecting?
I started collecting because I run out of anything to do, me and my wife, and what we did is we was going to collect all 50 state bottles. Found out later they haven't made 50 states, still haven't made 50 states. We got about 38 state bottles. I've been collecting 41 years, still collecting. I'm glad to donate it to this museum, to Granville Museum, Decanter Museum in Granville, Tennessee.
Yeah, it's a very unique place, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
It's
It's outstanding. Some of the finest people you'll ever see. Some of I think we have 9 museums over here. It's worth the trip here to see.
And it's $5 for all of it.
$5 for all of it. Good food to eat.
Yeah, we had
Well, bread and breakfast here, 2 of them. It's a good place to come vacation.
Yeah.
2022, it's number 8 of a favorite place to visit in Tennessee.
See, this is my first trip, and I grew up in Tennessee.
Oh, did you?
Didn't know about it till my
Yeah.
sister-in-law told me about
And the
it.
fish, they have a good lake here. Cordell Hall Lake, and they have a big marina here called Wildwood. They have a big dining room down there. They have places to, cabins, places to stay. Good fishing place. good fishing place.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Which goes right along. There's also camping places down there,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. Absolutely campsite. Don't know how many, I've been over here, I come over here once or twice a week at the museum to sit and talk to people and answer questions, and I've only been over here since May. Now, just December 11th, they just told me the last Saturday, no, this past Wednesday, that I was gonna be Grand Marshal for the Christmas parade.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Yeah. That is super cool.
Yep.
Super cool.
It's, the museum's worth coming to see.
Yes.
We still got 600 more candidates to bring over here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It'll really have. It'll be cool. No.
I don't know anything else but I'm telling you, it's a good place to visit.
Well, thank
Very
you
good
so
place.
much.
Introduce yourself, sir, on the camera.
My name's Charles Barrett. I don't live here. I live in a place called Watertown, Tennessee.
So you made our day.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
Oh, it's barbershop museum.
This one. This one has people that don't say.
Okay, this used to be a bank. It was built in 1931 and bought out in 1972. Over here is the original teller's desk, and this one's considered very rare because it has a marble kick plate on it. Y'all are more than welcome to go behind the desk and go into the vault, and there's merchandise in there, and as long as all y'all behave, I won't lock you in. And now I'm totally embarrassed.
What's a kick? You did great. What's a kick vault?
Kick plate.
Kick plate.
That's known as a kick plate. The whole deal was when these were wood, people would walk up and they'd kick it. And they would put dents in the wood, and eventually it damaged it a lot. So they came up with putting either marble or brass down at the bottom to avoid that.
You remember the bars you used to hang out in? They put the kick stamp and you put your foot on so you wouldn't kick that
I hang
wood.
out in bars, Tracy. And the vault is really cool. Okay, so what is the thing in the very back? Because
Okay.
you've got the door here.
All right, this is the outer door, and it's made out of magnesium, and it weighs at least 300 pounds. Okay, then you have the second door, and that would be locked. The corner piece is what they called the inner vault, and that's where they kept the money. Paper money up top, coins down below, and that entire inner vault weighs 9,000 pounds. And then the room is solid 3-foot reinforced concrete, walls, floor, and ceiling.
Wow. Oh, and there's the money. Quarters. They use those for the laundry at the campground.
Now the lock on the top part is what they call the time set lock. And that meant,
This?
yes. Basically, it was like an alarm clock. You set it to open up at a certain time, and you could not get into the vault no matter what, unless it was that time. The bottom one was a combination lock. Okay, well, the Wildwood Resort is at now. Before they dammed the river, that is where Randall Clemens' parents and grandparents lived. When they dammed up the river, they had to move to Carthage. Ever since then, Randall has had this incredible affection for this community, and it really saddens him to drive past there, and he knows there was a farm there, but few people do. So it was part of his ideal to keep this town going and make it a historical site so that people wouldn't forget their history, and especially in this area.
Yeah.
So that's the deal on that.
The Farm Table Museum.
Well, I'll be John Brown.
This is our last stop, the Granville Museum. It's like a Gone with the Wind dress. Oh, it is a Gone with the Wind dress. I think it is before the war hit.
My mom had one of these, Susan.
What is it?
That's a presser. You iron with it.
Wow.
When I worked at the cleaners, we used something like that to do the sheets. Except it was long like a sheet. It took two people, one on one end and on the other.
This is a Gone with the Wind room. So we have spent the entire afternoon in Granville, Tennessee, and let me tell you, this is an amazing little town. We were so surprised. This is my first time ever here. My sister-in-law has been telling me for like 2 years now that I need to come, and it is just an amazing little town. If you haven't been here and you get anywhere close, take the time to come over here because you'll be really glad you did. The people are so interesting and they have such stories, and There's just so much history here, and y'all know how we like our history at RV America. So if you haven't hit the subscribe button, do it right quick. Until next time, God bless and many safe travels. And go RV America. I was Danny.